I mean, he just low-thebs him, and he's hero power pass on turn 6.
And this is what I wanted to see from Kaldi. You know, get on the board running, punish these kinds of starts from Jab. You will take easy games if he does not have all the tools necessary.
And let's see what tools is necessary for game 3 here, because nobody likes to lose, but, you know, Jab's going to be feeling a little good about himself. He did just clinch a playoff spot, but there is seeding on the line. So game 3 here, Jab versus Kaldi.
I wonder how he's going to adjust. You know, is he going to keep playing Druid? We've seen him stick to his guns pretty much the whole season, but back against the wall.
This is what I fully expected from Jab is, you know, we've seen so much Hunter out of him in his career. You've seen a little bit less of it here in HPL, but that's because he was getting targeted a lot at the beginning.
Yeah, so Kaldi going to go back to Paladin here. I think this is an excellent choice. Pretty decent opening hand. Iron Beak Owl doesn't match up well against what Jab has right now, but against stuff like Haunted Creeper, Mad Scientist, this card's pretty okay.
Yeah, I mean, I always keep Iron Beak Owl in my opening hand against Hunter. It's just so good against, you know, their 1 and 2 drops.
Look at Jab's start. Knife Juggler, into Animal Companion, potentially Unleash the Hounds.
Is that good? Or
It's pretty okay. I wonder if Kaldi actually feels like this Iron Beak Owl might be an okay play here. I don't think he would because, again, you know, he still hasn't seen the full range from Jab just yet. So needs to be patient with it, but this Knife Juggler's biting the dust.
Yeah, I would just like make a 1-1 and pass here, for sure.
Yeah, second Knife Juggler. That's not a sight that Kaldi wanted to see.
Just an easy reload here for Jab. Now, Consecration could be very good in this game. Same thing with Truce Over Champion. These draws from Kaldi have been pretty good because Quartermaster, not bad, but Tyrion, you got to believe, you know, you're going to be fighting for board control before he comes out. And there's a chance sometimes you might just be dead the turn you're playing it.
Yeah, Animal Companion. We're going to find out what it is. Leok is decent for Jab, but not the best. It's easily answered by Truce Over Champion.
Yeah, Jab's going to lose his whole board here.
Yeah, I honestly think Huffer might have been his worst role here as well. You know, we talk about how good that particular beast is. At times, you can get punished for it, and Kaldi happened to have a hand that can punish it. But either way, his Animal Companion was going to be checked, and at this point, it's a matter of whether or not Jab can find the damage to really put Kaldi to the test.
What's going to happen is it just matters how much damage Jab can get into the next couple turns before he plays Dr. Boom. The turn he plays Dr. Boom, Kaldi's going to have a Tyrion right after that, and Jab needs to be able to get through.
Yeah, that's going to be the big deciding factor in this one. Oh, Pilot Shredder.
That was a really good draw for Jab.
Yeah, that was an okay one. I can think of some bad drops for him, but I can think of some good ones as well.
Yeah, we saw a Millhouse for Kaldi. Jab deserves a good one here.
Yeah. Ooh. Noitron's not bad, but Quartermaster, just a 4/5 in this spot. It's good enough at this point. It's divided over 2 bodies, and he's got a Defender of Argus in his hand.
Yep, just love how aggressive Kaldi is.
4/7.
Yeah, I love how aggressive Kaldi is being here because, you know, he has Sylvanas next turn, or, you know, if he needs to use Defender of Argus plus a minion, or he needs to do Consecration plus a minion, got a lot of options playing the game this way.
Yeah. And Jab's turns, though.
They have not been great.
Yeah, they look like they hurt. Just been answered. That's really the big difference.
Yeah, I mean, none of his hands have been particularly great either, and Kaldi's have been putting a lot of pressure on him. So it's really hard, you know, to win games of Hearthstone when your opening hands are not amazing and you're under a ton of pressure.
Now, the one thing to talk about here is the difference that this trap makes right now, because Kaldi, I think he's got to believe this is freezing trap. So using the Consecration now, trying to draw a no trap out of Jab isn't going to have that luxury. Explosive Trap's going to take this out. And then if this next one is Freezing Trap, does suffer a little bit of a liability, the Quartermaster comes back. Kaldi's just been making excellent work of what Jab's been doing so far.
Yeah, also when you get to use the Freezing Trap a little against your opponent, I mean, it's going to be slow, but if this game goes into this big, long grind, he has this inevitability of a Quartermaster making his Silver Hand recruits better.
And once again, Jab's turn 6 is Hero Power Go.
Yeah, just such a bad feeling.
Yeah, he's drawn all the utility. Sylvanas also now checking Dr. Boom. Not a very viable play at this point. But, you know, what else does he have?
I mean, he picked up a Web Spinner if you want to do something like Web Spinner Kill Command, but that doesn't sound great either. It's kind of hard to pass up playing Dr. Boom.
I think he's just got to hope for the best.
Kaldi going to take his time, figure out the best way to get this job done, because this turn could be amazing for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's even got, I mean, just look at, for the man who has everything.
Yeah,
this is first world problems right here.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, how badly do I want to destroy my opponent?
Yeah.
I have all the weapons to do it.
Now, if he attacks this way and then attacks the Dr. Boom with the Sylvanas, he's got a 50-50 shot of stealing Dr. Boom.
This is if he chooses not to use Muster for Battle, by the way.
I mean, it's hard to pass up just putting Tyrion into play.
And a bad Boombot roll.
Yeah.
Everything's gone. Everything has not gone Jab's way is really what it's boiling down to.
do you want to play Tyrion first?
Yeah, I think Tyrion is superior. I think this damage is going to be point upstairs, yep. Why not, too? I mean, you just have so much damage. You have board control. Tyrion's going to put a clock on Jab.
I mean, Jab's going to feel blindsided by this match.
Going to try to make do with what he has, though.
Yeah, he's going to be able to push through here.
Now, the one blessing in disguise here is that now there's a chance Dr. Boom lives. Yeah, Hound gets stolen.
Yeah, like Jab, increasing his odds of getting, a good minion for him to get stolen there. He's going to be able to chew through this entire board if he wants to.
So he is left with a 7-1. I mean, this actually is a big deal at this point.
Okay, does he trade off the Hounds here? You think he has to with the 7-1 in play?
Yeah, absolutely. And Kaldi, I'm sorry, Jab, I don't think there's any way to believe that Kaldi's going to have a charge minion in his deck. So Web Spinner or Hero Power is what I see.
Yeah, I don't see him setting Freezing Trap here.
Yeah, I like the Web Spinner because it contests the 1-1 that potentially comes out from Kaldi. So, if he's looking to pop a Freezing Trap with just a 1-1, that is taken away from him.
Yeah, we see something that's actually been creeping up in these Paladin decks. They've been playing one copy of Blessing of Kings. It's kind of a card that allows them to be really flexible in their matches. It allows one of their 1-1s to be an actual real threat, or you can put it onto a threat that's already existing. Just a really flexible card.
Yeah. And Muster for Battle is not available here, by the way, because of this Ashbringer sitting here. Does not want to replace 10 damage.
Yeah, but how does Kaldi win from here, though, if he doesn't, Muster for Battle and Defender of Argus?
Wow, that's a tough play to make, I can tell you, but Kaldi's the kind of guy who, when he recognizes what he has to do, gonna do it.
I like this play from him because it makes Quartermaster good next turn as well.
Yeah.
Plus, it alleviates some of the pressure, because, I mean, you are at 16 here, and Jab's been holding on to some cards.
Yeah, no way to push through that Dr. Boom. It's definitely what he wanted this turn, but gonna have to settle for some pretty suboptimal turns.
Yeah, he gets a little value off Quick Shot here, but, I mean, it's a little too late in that situation.
Yep.
Yeah, you definitely trade this here because you don't want to trade it for a 1-1.
Yeah, I'm trying to shut off Quartermaster. I mean, he knows he's got Quartermaster, so he has to try to shut it off. So once again, Kaldi turning the Freezing Trap into a liability, even sneaks in, popping it under Eagle Horn Bow.
Yeah, plus he gets to, rebuy a Defender of Argus if he wants to here. Jab just trying to buy tempo as much as possible with these Freezing Traps. He needs his game to go long. He needs his hero power to actually do something.
Yeah, hasn't had a lot of opportunities to use it so far. Kaldi, man, I think it's go time. Up 16 is safe enough. He'll take his 6 power from Quartermaster. Yeah, put him to the test. You have more than enough damage to keep that pressure on. Jab's gonna have 12 damage out of hand. I'm sorry, 10 damage out of hand plus enough for the hero power. That's just not there with 3 cards left.
Yeah, and Kaldi has so many ways to lethal next turn. He has Consecration and Blessing of Kings to add here. It looks like this match might just be over.
Now, Jab has done a great job at fighting back, but at the end of the day, when you have turn 6 hero power pass, the cards wit south on you, it's not your time. Kaldi able to sweep this one 3 games to 0.
Yeah, what a big win for Kaldi, too. Not only did he really need to win this match, but getting a sweep over one of the better players in the league.
Yeah, it's got to feel good. I mean, we talk about momentum affecting players a lot. Kaldi, with another win, he's looking great to be the number 8 player.
I mean, yeah, he's looking very dangerous as the number 8 player as well.
That's the other thing, too, is his last few matches have been a much better reflection of Kaldi as a player, I think, than his season as a whole.